So I received a package today. This has come. It's again from Marc from Ireland. Very generous chap who sent me this very sweet Leinster gear. He sent me a second package. So I'm about to crack this open and have a look what's in here. Thank you, Marc. You're a very generous guy and it's always much appreciated. Leinster have given me some pretty good entertainment since I've started putting this jersey on, so let's kind of take that as a sign of good luck. After I crack open the jersey, I'll have a look. I'm assuming it's a jersey. I actually have no idea what's in this one. I knew this one was coming in. It was Leinster. This one, no clue. But yes, I'm going to have a word. There's a bin coming up my driveway, which you'll probably pick up on the microphone shortly. I'm going to quickly talk about a story I read on Pacific Rugby, which is a big one kind of here in New Zealand, and also a little bit more on the updated League of Nations. There's that bin if you can hear it. It's a wheelie bin on a gravel driveway. So yeah, I'll give this a quick open, and yeah, we'll see what's in here. Looks like there's 2 jerseys in here. This one. Okay. I thought he is a Leinster fan, but he has sent me, if I can get it open, there it is. A rival team jersey. This is a Connacht jersey. That's pretty sweet. Maybe Connacht is his old Marc's second team. That looks pretty darn nice. Yeah, I'm loving that. Connacht. Okay, my Ireland collection is expanding. Oh, okay. I think I see where you're going with this, Marc. This one. There it is. It's another Irish team. This one a little further north. That one is Ulster, which is they had a good win, yes, in the Champions Cup just the other day. Very sweet. Marcel Coetzee plays for Ulster. He's one of my favourite Springbok players. So Stockdale. Lots of guys playing for Ulster who I'm fans of. Very cool. Conspicuous in its absence as a Munster jersey. So something tells me, yeah, I can see where your allegiances are, Marc. But man, that is amazing to send me 3 jerseys. I know that must have cost you a fair bit of coin, mate. So much appreciated. It's always much appreciated. I will definitely wear these with a bit of pride on the channel. Using them for making videos when I can, and hopefully when these guys put in good shifts, I will put on their gear. So yeah, thanks again, Marc. Again, much appreciated. Now, Pacific Rugby. It's a 3rd tier competition, and a lot of you guys probably haven't followed it at all. I've only followed it very loosely. I've seen about 2 games of it this year. But the NRC, the National Rugby Championship, I'm pretty sure that's what that stands for, is the 3rd tier, the competition in Australia. So you got Wallabies, you got Super Rugby, and then you've got NRC. So it's domestic league in Australia. They're getting towards their playoffs now. And that competition includes a Fijian team, the Fiji Drua, I believe is the pronunciation. And they've been doing really well. I haven't actually seen them play. I've seen a couple of the Sydney teams play. I've seen a couple of the Brisbane teams, the Queensland teams play, because Quade Cooper's playing up for, I think, is it Brisbane City, him and Carmichael Hunt. So, yeah, they're actually doing really well. It's the end of the regular season now, and the Fijian team has finished top of the table, so they're the minor premiers, and then they will, go into the playoffs as the favourite, having finished the regular season at the top of the log. The next question kind of is, given the success of this Fijian team, should a Samoan or perhaps a Tongan team be the next to kind of join into this kind of competition? Is the NRC the right place for a Fijian, Tongan, Samoan-based team to get themselves some kind of regular rugby, basically? Because I know they've got the club scene over there, but there's obviously that step missing between playing at home, club rugby, and then getting a professional contract. So Samoa, Tonga, should they be in the NRC? Should they be looking at Mitre 10 Cup? I mean, the Ranfurly Shield, our shield that we do domestically here, it would be an interesting one if that went abroad. That would seem wrong, but obviously in New Zealand we've been beneficiaries of a lot of Pacific talent coming through the All Blacks ranks. All Blacks are far from the only team. But yeah, it seems like a logical option that there's something set up for these other nations to get a team in. But I'm not sure about the logistics, and there's all kinds of other stuff to think about. Again, whether the NRC is the right place for it, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously nice to see a Fijian team in that Australian competition and doing well, but it's a question to be asked. So, yeah, what do you guys think about that? Or are there other ideas that, you know, we could be putting forward? Obviously, it'd be nice to get a Super Rugby team which had some kind of Pacific connection, but perhaps the third tier is the initial step that should be taken. I don't know. It's just one to think about. And next, more news kind of keeps filtering on about this this League of Nations, which is going to perhaps replace the tours which we get in June and November. So from what we heard, you know, it was going to be the top 12 teams, and they'd be playing each other every year, and there'd be a champion. Sounds pretty similar to what the latest reports say. It's going to be the top 12 teams, 6 from the Southern Hemisphere, 6 from the North. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. And then they would each play each other once a year, so every team plays everybody once. And then the top 4 teams go into a playoff, and then there would be an annual champion every year. The idea being that they need more money and a competition with meaning. More meaningful games is what they said. Will bring in more broadcast dollars. So yeah. What have I written there? Teams to go in and out on. Can't read my own handwriting. That's pretty poor preparation. But yes, annual champion. I would be a little concerned about that in terms of taking away the value of the Rugby World Cup. But more money is, I guess, always welcome. They mentioned Australia in that piece, saying that the ARU obviously needs to bring some more money in. So, yeah, I would. That's what I wrote. Written rankings. I would be curious to see, because it didn't actually mention that what happens when teams go in and out of the top 12 rankings. Is it like the top 12 now? We take them apart and set them aside for this competition. What happens with the teams below? I would have thought surely some kind of promotion relegation, or perhaps that is it. If you've got the world rankings, if you get into the top 12, you get into the competition. If you fall out, then you're out of it, like kind of on a yearly cycle. I don't know, but I mean, I know from Super Rugby experience, that's one of the things that the bottom of that competition kind of lacks any spark. I mean, obviously the Pro 14 doesn't have it either, but if you're at a competition you're at the bottom and there's some kind of punishment, then that makes it more interesting for the teams at the bottom as well. If it's just like, it doesn't matter if you finish 10th or if you finish 9th, then there's not that much incentive to kind of get excited about going to that game. But if you know that your team needs to win 2 more games to be safe, then there's a little bit more encouragement. But yeah, still more news filtering out about that, and that is the kind of current state of play. But obviously nothing's been decided. They still need to do a feasibility study is what they said, to see how well everything could go, but I guess it's kind of watch this space. So yeah, a bit of news, a couple of new jerseys. Connacht looking really nice, and Ulster again looking very, very sweet. I will be trying these on very shortly. I certainly won't be cooking. I was cooking in the Springbok jersey a while back, don't ask me why. But I certainly won't be cooking in the Ulster one, because white is not good for that. Anyway, big thanks again to Marc for sending the gear. I know it was a bit of a mission to get this one through. We got there in the end, so thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated. And yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on these. And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.